But that's what we have to do is, until we get further information, we can't really comment on it anymore. So I would say the promotion is working, and sometimes it's a slow turtle-like move. myfootballcamps.com/D1, and that's for the high school. And it's myfootballcamps.com/transfer portal, I believe it is. Transfer portal.
D1 hyphen transfer right below
Oh,
it.
D1 hyphen transfer portal.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this, we've had some guys like Carson Kruger find their FCS home. We've had some guys see additional Power Five interest, um, throughout this process. We've had some younger guys, 2024, 2025, 2026s, get more interest because of the promotional program. And what it is, it's we will socially promote you through our social media channels, and all the coaches are on there. And any coach that wasn't following me or the portal feed before this massive nightmare that happened last week with the portal, they're following now, and they're going to see your stuff. And we've always talked about how it's like the first time it's like, who's this? Second time it's like, who's this? The third time it's like, okay, who's this? I got to look. And then the fourth and fifth time, that's where it starts to get serious. So our buddy Sam Hartman, who was honestly throughout all of our clients, for me, was not a success initially. He came to us when he was in the state of Texas. He's an offensive lineman, could play D line as well, 6'5", 290, really strong kid. But it was like he came to us with some D2 interest. And I'm like, okay, based on the film, we're going to get this kid at least some FCS interest. And it wasn't happening. And he moved to Oregon. And that really hurt it as well. And I was puzzled by it. Not that I think he's, a Power Five, starter or a 4-star recruiter or anything like that, but I thought there would be more interest. So then we started talking last week, he and I, about JUCOs and preps. What if he wanted to take another year and continue this process? And he got a JUCO offer from, I believe, Navarro, which is a great JUCO, and it was like most of his stuff was covered. And he got official D2 offers,
Yep.
but he got what he wanted last week, which was a preferred walk-on offer from Oregon State, a program he loves, a physical program. Kids like him are perfect for it because this is a program that doesn't recruit 4- and 5-star kids. This is a program with Jonathan Smith, who just got a huge extension, as he should. They recruit grinders and hard workers and guys that are overachievers. So now he gets to go there. He gets to, he'll work scout team. He'll work as a preferred walk-on. He'll try to work his way into the depth chart. But worst case scenario for him now, he gets experience there and he falls back to FCS. And you had mentioned off air, Portland State should have offered this kid, and they should have,
Yeah.
no doubt. And now I think the worst case scenario is if he doesn't work out at Oregon State, he can get that Portland State offer or something similar at an FCS level. So that's a success story, but this one was like, this took a long time. You remember he was one of our guys in the summer.
He was one of our first guys, definitely.
Yeah.
I think the lesson too on this is for the high school recruits, which is very different than the transfer portal recruits. For the high school recruits, it's a persistent, consistent process. And those are the two kind of words I would think: persistent and consistent, meaning the way recruiting is going, because the transfer portal is an immediate thing for the guys in college and they have to like make decisions quick on guys, and the guys who are left back might need help. And that's why we're here to help from that standpoint. But that's all a fast process. Because they have to focus on that and the immediacy of it, the high school football recruiting is more of a grind process. Obviously, the guys who are mega stars, that's a different deal. But even the guys that are Division One or borderline Division One FCS, it's still going to be a grind process. And I have a kid that plays for me and our Boardwalk Beach 707 club, the New Jersey Player of the Year, Michael Ford. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's the New Jersey Player of the Year this year, 2024. And he was great like all spring, and he was a great player as a sophomore last year. But he only had West Virginia and Maryland offers at the time. Now he's the New Jersey Player of the Year. He rushed for from quarterback, rushed for like 2,500 yards, threw for like 1,500. He's an athlete guy, could play a lot of different positions. He's 6'1", 215, and fast. And now he picked up 2 more offers. He's going to be 20 offer guy. I mean, he's New Jersey Player of the Year. Very rarely he's the number 1 player in New Jersey. Not a 20 offer guy, but he's a 20 offer guy, and he's got all the measurables. And he's going to explode. But a guy like him, as he's literally the New Jersey Player of the Year, it's been a process for him that he's had to go through. So a guy who's probably going to end up with 10 to 20 offers, who's a 2024, still had to go through a process. And the lesson on that is, unless you are automatically slam dunk immediately, meaning you're 6'5" and you're 210, and you're a receiver where they can physically see the tools right away. Those guys pick up offers. Your even Division I players are going to have to go through a little bit of a process, and that's because the world has changed in recruiting. There is the balance of the transfer portal. They're going to offer guys during this December time period, see what happens there. They're going to offer at the high school level slam dunks, but then you're going to get into the process where there's going to be the grind on some of those guys that are going to get offered over a period of time at the high school recruits. That's just the reality situation, because they're going to hold back a few scholarships for the spring on guys that they're going to, some guys are going to end out of spring ball, leave their team. They're going to pick up a few transfers filled up with that. So that's just kind of the nature of it. And the reason why I kind of went through that process is because it's okay. That's one of the things that we want recruits to know. It's okay. And in this world, getting someone that can help over time in the right way, like we're doing with social media promotion, which I think is really the way to go. It's just, that's where everybody is. That's where everybody's going to be. And especially on Twitter, even though obviously we utilize all the platforms because we hit everything, but especially on Twitter, if you think about where guys in their 30s and 40s and 50s are going to live, it's going to be Twitter. You're not going to have 50-year-old guys checking Instagram constantly. They'll have the grad assistants doing that, but Twitter really helps a tremendous amount because those videos get out there and they all follow us on there.
It's funny about Instagram, though. I get more complaints from coaches about stuff I put up on Instagram than I do on anything else.
That's interesting. Really? Why?
I know, because it's a younger person's demographic. I mean, it's, it's 15 to 25.
Yeah.
So when I put something on Instagram, I feel kind of safe sometimes because I'm like, there's no way a 50-something-year-old head football coach is going to see this. And then all of a sudden, and I don't think, to your point, I don't think they're on Instagram, but I think someone is.
Their GAs are, and
then they'll see it, and then I'll get a screen grab of what I put up, and then a complaint, why'd you do this? Thought we were boys, thought we were friends. I'm like, we're not friends. If we were friends, you would have hired me or given me some of your millions of dollars, Mister. Just got a $10 million freaking contract. If we were boys, we'd be hanging out. And I'm a media member. I speak what I speak, and you're a coach, and you have to deal with the good and bad of that. So it is funny because Instagram is like one of those things where it's monitored very closely. I don't think TikTok is as much yet.
It will be. Yeah.
TikTok is more, you could certainly get a video to get a lot of attention on TikTok, go viral on TikTok, then be pulled from TikTok to Instagram or to Facebook or to Twitter. Correct. And so that's why TikTok's important. And you have a ton of followers on TikTok, and we do that because, that's where you can go viral more so than Instagram or Twitter. But Twitter is definitely, it's our sweet spot. It gets attention, but nothing is guaranteed for anybody. If you have, 30 offers, you don't need us. If you have no offers, then you do. And sometimes if you have 5 offers and you want 10, we can certainly help that.
Walker Meese is my example. That kid is just rolling through offers. I mean, rolling.
Well, Jaffe is another one.
Yeah.
So, those guys, came to us and they already had their secure full scholarships offers and they wanted more. or sometimes they want to increase their notoriety in the recruiting world. Rankings are often important to um, kids, and to parents and stuff like that. And they want to raise the attention of their son who's, getting 5 offers, but they feel he should be a 30 offer. So that's good for them as well. And then there's the opposite, which is, the guys who have no offers, no interest. If this program were, available last year at this time, which it wasn't, and Sam Hartman came to us last year at this time, and he couldn't have. But if he did, I think we'd be talking about an even better situation for him. But the fact that he went from nobody had ever heard of this guy, ever. I'd never heard of him. When his order came through, I had to research him, look him up, see who he was, what he did. Nobody knew about him, and he's a 2023 that we got in the summer, which is late. For him to land at a Power 5 school and fulfill that dream is awesome. So he's a success.
There's no doubt about it. Absolutely. And it's amazing. One by one, right? You got Kruger, if we point to like immediate success stories that actually have tangible stuff, right? You got Kruger, you got Hartman out, you have obviously Parker Meese and Jaffe, right? You have he wants more, but I already see Ronner is starting to get a lot of attention. I think he deserves more attention. It's always a little tougher in a place like Nebraska just because of its location, but he's starting like I see the people are inviting on campus. I mentioned this. Like, he just has to go through that process. I mean, that's just to me.
It's a painful process. Right. He's talented enough, and he will get the attention needed. And it's great that he came to us early, and that's what he should do. And now he's on the radar. But, like most quarterbacks, Arch Manning doesn't have to go to colleges and throw for people. But most quarterbacks, and I'm talking about most quarterbacks that are in the NFL now, that are starters, had to go and throw for people. Justin Herbert was on last night. Amazing talent. He had to go throw for people to get his offers, and he didn't have a ton of them, and he ended up at Oregon, and now he's a starter in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. But you have to go and throw. And so that's what's going to happen this spring for Carson Rauner. A good season, statistically, not as good as he would like because it's not as much of a passing offense, and he was out of the game quite a bit when they got ahead. But that doesn't matter. He's got the foundation now, and he's going to go out in the spring to the camps. He's going to hit the camp circuit, and then he's going to do the summer camps, and he's going to, throw for people, and he's going to be fine. But you can sense how frustrating the process is for parents because it's not an easy process. It's very